there from Optic, and I'm with Nameless on this one. I think Pred is the safest bet right now to go over on the kills. He loves sub base, and he hates Heretics.
Let's see how he gets on. It should be an interesting game for everybody at home. Let's see how this one goes down. I think, you know, just on the aspect of everybody speaking English, as far as I'm aware, Metals, Lucky, Real, all being on challenger teams in the European region with English-speaking players. So, I mean, it's not their first language, of course, but they have had experience in it before. So hopefully they can come in the right direction for Purge. Decent enough start for Miami Heretics. Pick up 10 seconds or so, but all about this rotation over towards P2. Pred searching for a couple, can only find one. Purge is there to pick it up. Topsy-turvy start for both these two teams. Nobody really with an edge yet.
Well, Optic should at least have the edge to get the scrap time, albeit the rotation going to be a bit of a difference maker. Real, though, does get caught, so maybe Optic and Dashy can make some moves. You see Purge getting tagged as well, so Dashy being sent in for the kill. Purge, though, able to finesse and maybe play his life down low, but Dashy too quick. That is instantaneous reactions on the call to make sure you go and get those trades, and Optic already has so much pressure applying over towards P2. That early rotation, Miami, be damned.
Intensity here from Optic Texas, catching Heretics off guard. They are now going to be spawned now partially. See Purge already in a position to maybe do something, but he needs some teammates to get over there. They may well be on their way. Kenny, Pred, and Dashy all falling down. All of a sudden, Shotzi has a lot of work to do in the middle of the map. Some time on the board for Heretics and some good potential to pick up the rest of this 30 seconds.
And it's a great moment too, because obviously Heretic, I mean, they won the rotation, got bullied out. You think the hill's going to go poorly for them, but here they are fighting for the scrap time in 20 seconds, and they should be free and clear on the rotation as well. Metals pick up the first 2 kills in a feed. Shotzi responds with 3 in kind and a 4-man wipe. That might be the bad news for Miami. Good news is they just spawned up at new, so the kills only matter for the final 10 seconds of the old time. Heretics still in control of the game.
Hit the silver lining there. Heretics now have an opportunity to lock down some more time. May well find themselves 20 seconds behind, but not the end of the world by any stretch. Lucky could do with holding things down on this side. Now let the rest of the team do their job in the middle of the map as well, forcing Optic Texas out as much as they can. It's not been a bad start from Heretics whatsoever. 45 seconds remaining here over towards P3. They got this one under lock and key for now.
And well, Optic, that means with 37 seconds left, this is probably your one best break attempt, or at least to be a nuisance. Everybody, though, getting picked apart, and Shotzi able to break through, but he's going to fall. Lucky on a 5, and I mean, this is weird spawns rolling through. There's an important gunfight on the opposite side of the map that Dashy wins, but over towards the old time, somehow when Optic had 3 players spawn in the back, Miami going to end up getting it. Lucky's going to get the cruise, which, hey, they're going to need for this rotation, because Optic, again, just off the back of the spawns and Dashy winning 1 gunfight, they'll have the setup towards the new time.
Still a lead for Miami Heretics, though. As you rightly point out, that cruise missile is going to be needed. It needs to be used efficiently. Really good play coming in from Lucky. Got the cross over towards mid, dips in, helps his teammates out over towards the hill. Brilliant hard point play, and here comes the cruise missile. Need the rest of your team to do something with this. Dropping it in now. Kenny will be taken down. And Miami Heretics now on the push run from the flank. Real's going to be the first one to find contact. Purge trying to find the shots in, can't quite get it, but Heretics with an opportunity for the break here. Real Metals combining well. Shotzi, can he do anything about it this time? No. Break comes in, Spawn still towards the back. They'll get them off momentarily. It's a nice push from Heretics.
Yeah, no, that is gorgeous. Lucky right now, sort of the savior for the team. So many of the rotational gunfights he was winning turns that into a cruise, and you might not get a good chunk of time if you're Miami, but at least you keep Optic off of a good chunk of it. Still going to be about tied up going towards new, but I know you have Optic Texas. It's like an onslaught on this map, an overwhelming force. And Pred right now, 6 and 10, has not been having too much fun. None of those pop-off moments, but you know, on a map like Subdays, it seems like we're just waiting for it to happen. So you got to keep the pressure up for Miami. Got to get Dashy out of the time.
Keep things ticking along nicely here, Heretics. Every single time you see the kill feed, you get a little bit worried about what's going on. Find a couple of kills, they steady the ship and get some steady time here themselves. Still with a lead in this first rotation of hills, and they've been solid for it. Lucky really popping off has helped. The Metals was on a 4 spree there, will get taken down by Pred. Optic Texas struggling to really get a stranglehold of this game so far. Real inside the point, soaking up time, actually seeing what he can do. The artillery's in. Kenny and Pred starting to work, and this should be a potential break coming in for Optic Texas. Pred will find one. The collapse is incoming. Heretics just ticking time up. Contested eventually. Optic will find the break, but with only 10 seconds remaining, Heretics get a decent chunk of time.
Yeah, it's another one of those situations where like Optic are sort of on the back foot, end up just winning the scrap time, and it's been good to get this scrap because otherwise the lead would be radically different. Heretics so far been playing just a little bit better, but back towards P1 we go, and look who's striking to the feet. Metals has been ever present. He's got 16 kills on the map right now, leading Slayer in the lobby. So he's been very difficult to deal with. And Optic, I mean, you got Kenny spinning in circles, doesn't know where to look because they're just present everywhere. Shots are gonna fall as well, and Heretics, look at him, nice and stable on P1, got the rotation as well. I mean, they've more or less been in control of this game.
It's just been a couple of moments. I think if you go back to P2 where Shotzzy found the 3 to break open the hill, if that hadn't happened, if you hadn't had those moments, this could be a lot uglier than it is right now, which isn't very. 15 seconds and while closing, if you're Optic Texas, few kills fall on through. P1 time starting to roll on in. 10 seconds or so to go. Big shots coming in from Dashi. Rotation coming in over towards P2. It will be Miami Heretics, the ones better positioned. They're just going to go for some scrap time. Not going to get anything but a couple of bullets. Pressure now coming in. Optic Texas did this well last time. Can they execute maybe a little bit better?
Well, yes, they absolutely can. That is a much cleaner break right at the start of the hill, and now Purge knows he's got to back up 2 players right now looking his direction and wins a nice gunfight against Dashi. So Purge drags some attention his way, but look who's behind enemy lines on the flip side. Pred is just the prowler right now, keeping these guys at bay. You are getting spawn killed relentlessly. And if Metals had picked up a 2-piece, Optic would have been over-aggressive, but Dashi clutches off, wins the gunfight in the back, and now look at Optic. It is finally their turn to be in control of this map. And this lead, already a 40-point game, it might spiral out of control.
And that is the first time they're really being in control. 15 seconds to go here over towards P2. There's going to be a fight over towards P1. You can already see that Purge just found a rotation. I think it was a spawn, if anything, but the dagger has been put in over towards the other side. We said when is the time that Pred is going to take over. It is a 6 spree and cruise missile attained and a 45-point lead on top of it. The comms will be flowing for Optic Texas. Let's go for a listen in with that.
Back right. No, look, back left. P1, Lucky. What are you doing? Tunnel, late, Lucky. Wait. Hit it, already hit it. I'm just get back right. Lucky, tunnel. Yeah, it's top three. Back right. Yo, one on P2, get top. He went P2.
Absolute Lucky.
I live right, just live it. You can. I just last yeah, P2, man. Last P5 on Lucky. Low P5, Lucky.
Come out?
No, he hit
What is at the door? Lucky, dead.
Nice job. You can I'm tunnel away. I can help you.
He's
He's challenge. He's in tunnel first. We can lead that guy. Look, keep tunnel. Just go. I'm spawning.
Yo, when is on me? P2 store? Do we come?
P2? No, I didn't.
Get around the back.
He's laying. Real.
Might not look for you. I don't know. He's backloading Metals, bro. Backloading.
One total, Lucky. You one just went top P2.
Lucky enough.
One just went top P2. He's gonna go top P2.
From there. I'm leaving this time, Brandon. Lucky.
What's loading? One shot.
Just live. I'm recovering right. Correct.
Yeah, we are.
I have a streak.
I'm already right. I'm taking a shot.
Top straight away.
Don't stop P5. Yeah, don't streak right.
Yeah, just wait.
Yo, one's gonna be snow. Streak now.
Streak now. Okay, 1 on time, 2 on time, 1 top server, and 1 P2.
What's top P2?
Got 3 on time. I'm gonna keep top 3.
I'm gonna P2. I also got P2.
We're still spawning in the back.
He went to you, Tom. I'm top 3, keep it second. Yeah, he's under me somewhere, mid lane. Get back, great. P2, watch out.
Wait, what about
retard? Alright, Purge, one shot in the back.
Yeah, I'm in server.
They're flipping.
Yeah, flip.
I have no server. Make sure.
I just sent it in the back.
Okay. I'm cutting right then. I'm cutting neighbors.
I'm on. They're going back shoulder.
I'm looking server.
He might cut P5 in me, bros.
Are they long on you, man?
Yeah, I'm
P5, Purge got P5.
I got naded.
Alright, P5 me, bros.
What do you shoot? I'll come up in a second.
Yeah, get me near now.
Yeah, I'm cutting top server to new.
That's fine.
I'm cutting top server to new.
P5, look P5, low P5.
I have it a second.
Close that corner. Close the corner P5 me, bro.
V8 server.
Nice. I need help. Yes, they're already here.
I'm back row.
Purge in one.
Just like that, Optic Texas are well in the lead. I mean, it happened so fast. Everything was pretty tight after one rotation. A close game, to say the least. All of a sudden, it's a back-to-back rotations coming in from Optic Texas. They're 25 seconds away.
Yeah, a close game with Miami was like in control and making the better plays. And then as soon as Optic, well, get it, it's just like the Tides. It turns, it gets out of control. They have a perfect record on this map and for good reason. And it's also guys like Fred where he's just like, he plays for kills. He does not care about the time. His only job is to slay. He's constantly going on flanks, and like first half of the game, took him a while to find it. Literally just goes on one spree, blows the game wide open, and like just dealing with the pressure of Fred. Like you can only do it for so long. Miami have fought back though. I mean, overall, a nice set of kills in the feed. You're gonna get a 2-piece there from Purge and the hill time controlled. Problem is you're down by 70. You're gonna have to crank the heat up so much more. And hey, nice start from Metals, 27 kills, leading the charge for his team.
For his missile would be great if he could find a few more. Not gonna happen. Kenny will shut him down, but definitely has been better from Heretics over the last 2 hills. Picking up some good time at P5, have set themselves up here at P1 and are soaking up every single second that they can. Pred though will find 2 out of absolutely nothing, and now Metals and Co have some defensive work to do. You need to get on the point, you need that time. Optic Texas still 22 points away. Heretics are slowly closing that gap, but Optic Texas are slowly closing the net on this one. But Purge eventually will find a couple, gets taken down. Optic get them off, but some damage has been done by Heretics, but Optic still very close to the win.
Well, and the problem is you got also Shotzzy behind enemy lines, so you're getting players caught off guard. You got Optic thinking about the rotation as well. And look at where these spawns are about to come through. 3 in the feed there from Optic, and everybody that died is going to spawn out. Metals by himself over towards P2, and he's not going to have reinforcements just yet. Dashy, the cutoff man, slowing their roll. Purge might get the trade, but it is just a funnel system. Metals, he's been begging for some help. Finally, he pops up in the feed. The opportunity to make the big play is there. Can the setup be good enough? Well, enough for Purge. Last man alive has to do it all.
Brad has a slow start to the game, but is eventually starting to get involved, and he may well just start to farm them off the respawn. Not quite gonna happen. Metals will find one, but they need to get their running boots on very, very quickly. Can't get there in time. Optic Texas, 1 to the gut. It was a slow and steady start, but they stretched their legs. They got away from them. They never looked back. 1-0. And good value for it.
Yes, I mean, quite literally the most predictable map I think we're going to have of the day. It is Optic on their very best. It is Pred against Miami Heretics. I mean, Pred is the sort of the sub-base Reaper across the board anyway, specifically against Heretics. He has like a 1.36 KD in hardpoint, so he's going to kick it up a notch. So there you go, 33 kills. The leader of the lobby is easy as a prediction as it gets. So shout out to Nameless for that one. But pretty well orchestrated game across the board. I mean, Optics, bread and butter. You got Shotzzy and Dashy playing the hill time where you need to. Great rotations and great breaks by Optic, especially on P2. They had 3 different opportunities to show it off, and they had 3 different ways that they accomplished it beautifully. And I'm even for the tales of sort of 2 different teams. When you had Lucky get the cruise missile, great job to break the P4 like you were annoying with it. And then when it was Optic's turn, it was perfect.
You know, we were kind of having a conversation in the listen, and I was like, you know, this was close not that long ago, but you made a fair point. It was big plays coming out from Heretics just to stay even, and I think that shows to the quality of Optic Texas on this map. Heretics did nearly everything right for a couple of hills and found no advantage from it. Maybe a slight one, what, the 20 points in the lead at one stage, if anything, but Optic Texas started to flex their muscles as the game went on. That second rotation is always the most important one. All very well hanging out 5 hills, but you've got to do it for 10 plus against this squad if you want a chance on sub base. There's the game flow coming through tight until it wasn't. Second rotation, Optic Texas stretched away, never looked back. That was the game. But we kind of expected. Pred popping off really came simultaneously with the ascension of Optic throughout. The good performance in map number 1 will make your Major 3 champions be feeling very good about this series. Now, heading into a search and destroy, though, this is where Miami Heretics can maybe cause some issues on a high-rise. Vision control will be there for map number 3 if we need it. It's a double header on Karachi for maps 4 and 5. But you've got to be feeling good if you're an Optic Texas fan. That was obviously the game plan. Get the sub base in, see if you can get it done. Of course you are going to, but from here on out, not quite as easy I would like to think as sub base. I mean, it's easy to say that when they are now 11-0 on that chance.
Well, the invasion control honestly might be about the same sort of story. I know Optic fans, they're not scared of the Florida teams any longer. That sort of boogeyman curse has been broken. I know the first series of the year is a standout moment for the team with the old 3-0 being thrown up, but since then has not been an issue. So as you said, Highrise can be the opportunity for Heretics to get back. It is the necessity for them to win this map to get back. Optic are decent on Highrise. They flexed it. They played it a ton throughout stage 3, but never necessarily showed an air of dominance, and it has been the strong shoot for Miami. Lucky in medals, they have been popping off in the first blood category. Those guys have been absolute monsters, especially so on Highrise, but that has been across the board. Best S&D team in the game. They can have that cap if you want to give it to them, at least on a record and statistical front. Admittedly, though, this is a lot of good, positive things you can say about Heretics. You know, Optic are going to be hungry to prove all these stats wrong.
Can they convert these stats into a map win? It's always easy to see these and think, okay, well, but then you add in the factor of Purge being in this roster as well. That's solid enough map number 1. Is that going to disrupt anything that Heretics are doing? You know, I think Nameless was right. It does fit into the role that Vehicle does supply to this Heretics side. But is he really going to be the X factor there, or is he just filling that role and letting the rest of the team do what they can? Medals during Major 3, 1.48 in Search and Destroy will be a big reason as to why the Miami Heretics look so solid in this mode in particular. Let's see if they can get the job done once again here on Highrise. Overall records is leading in one direction. 3-6 from Optic. Texas played it plenty, haven't won it that much. 5-1 though. The Miami Heretics will give them some positivity in this series, and they tie things up. Or will the hopeful pocket pick for Heretics fall the other way?
Interesting square up to the start. Kenny, one of those players willing to take that chow. And, well, there's another one. Lucky getting the first blood, and Real strikes as well. I was going to say, Lucky on this map has been the player to watch, but there you go. You get some trades in the mix. So a 4 versus 2 gets turned into a 2v4 very quickly. But it's the S&D ice machines for Heretics that are last 2 alive, and that does not last. Kenny finds you just a little bit extra lucky. Gonna have to do it all.
A 2v4 is very, very quickly a 2v1. As you mentioned, Lucky has been good on this map, but this will be something quite special if he can find this one. Should be able to recover that bomb, or will he? Nobody on eyes on quite yet by the looks of things. Maybe they are now, though. Yep, they spotted him inside of blue. Needs to try and get out if he can, and does. Pressure's going to start coming on in. Just no information. Can't do anything with it. Optic know exactly where he is. 2 versus 4. Get the job done in round number 1. Great stuff for Optic.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. That's just good coverage by the teammates. Real, I mean, he got aggressive to get that second kill in the round, so Optic there for the trades, and then someone just able to find that extra pick. So Kenny making plays, Dashy doing the same, and we talked about the first blood rate, talked about the conversions there from Miami. Again, an instant 2v4 clutch from Optic has to feel good as they go into an attacking round.
Kenny find it? I mean, the second kill was the big one from Kenny. I mean, things just not a little bit harder for Heretics, but big aggressive push coming in from the underground side. Prem will be dealt with pretty much immediately. Real once again getting aggressive, but he's isolated. Shotzi nearly had the angle. Kenny will have a free route over towards B. He will choose to plant this, but the rest of the team starting to put themselves in a position. But look how tight this setup is from Heretics. They are very, very close. And they deal with Optic this time around. It's another 2 versus 4 needed. Dashy will start things off nicely, but Kenny could be in a difficult spot. Metals with the gunny. No right to go for that chal. And Heretics answer back very, very quickly.
Yeah, nothing you can do there. And I know a lot of the rounds Miami Heretics have had, especially on the defensive end, they're just able to sort of dominate the B street, so you get those first kills. And I also love the sort of aggression Real is playing with. He was in their spawn underground to get their first blood and not traded because he got enough coverage from his teammates, and good job of staying alive as well. So Heretics again, Highrise, their bread and butter S&D map. Very solid bounce back round on the defensive end. More importantly, just keep those first bloods flowing. Great shots on Kenny. Happy to square up. These 2 guys, they live for it.
Absolutely no problem for Metals, so you will quite happily take the challenge on. Not quite able to land those shots, but Real has. He's been the tip of the spear, right? This bomb's going to go down, though. Shotzi will find a kill, will dip out. Purge will fall, so it's going to have to be a 3v4 hold coming in from Heretics. Dashi. Information gained. We'll start to put the pressure on now. He knows there's one over towards the backside. He will offer his services up to try and deal with it. Real going to try and get out of there as soon as you see Pred coming. Lucky now left in a 1 versus 3. Not going to happen. Would have had to be the 4 to find it. Texas answer back pretty quickly.
Yeah, great first blood, catching Purge as well. So start things off right, get the man advantage, and sort of isolate the man that is going to be a little bit less used to playing with the Heretics boys on this map. And just nice little 4v3. I don't know who had the heads-up awareness. I know Pred got the kill, but just making sure you catch Real down low before any funny business happens as well. Pred staying heads up on the map, and even Dashi doing the same thing, getting good intel. So information game. Optic Texas pretty on point so far on Highrise early on in the rounds, but they got the first blood and the round was flawless. You couldn't ask for anything more.
What's the opportunity now for Heretics? They were aggressive in their previous defense where they sent nearly everybody down low. Dashi will find the first blood though. Lucky taking him down, so what the Heretics have to try and fight back from this. Pred on the route, he is going to find himself pretty much here scot-free, and 2 free kills. Well, he doesn't need to find the second one because Dashi's got the shots. Real now left in 1 versus 4. The smoke's not going to help at all, is it? Optic. Precision like in that round. 3-1 to the good now, starting to stretch their legs again. It feels like each and every time the start of the game, Heretics are keeping it close to there or thereabouts until they're very much not.
And something that's interesting as well, the trophy change that we've had in this year, like in Respawn, the teams are now just running 3 trophies to make up for it. So they can block 6 projectiles. But in S&D, the pro teams are only running 2 trophies. So because of the trophy nerf, you can only block 4. I didn't count it out, but whatever happened at the start of that round, Dashi gets the nade kill, but I think Optic just overwhelmed the trophies. And we mentioned how Heretics on defense get that B Street control. Not if you have every single nade landing at your feet. So Optic starting the rounds off right. Pred, well, wants to continue that trend. Already over by the green tarps, just lying in wait for a kill to fall in his lap.
He'll be coming around that corner, gift wrapped in the form of Purge. Pred might want to help out on the other side of things, but finding himself in a good position now as Heretics still trying to chip away over towards this B side. Bomb carrier dead. Kenny will find him. Metal's going to go for the chow. Nelly gets gun, doesn't quite find it, but now all of a sudden Pred is left all on his own. Purge will find one, doesn't find the second round the corner, but an opportunity now presented for Heretics. Pred in the 1 versus 2, you wouldn't put it past him, but they had information on him. Metals for the shallow. Pred finds it. Not going to happen. Heretics answer back. It's Purge with 1. Stays alive. Dips out. Use the numbers to their advantage. Optic Texas losing the round that was looking pretty solid off the rip.
And it's just a good win and a nice adjustment, excuse me. Metal's doing a nice job in the round as well, but I know Purge, the previous round they had on the attack, he was trying to be a little bit aggressive, played over by Heli Steps, got overwhelmed, got picked for the first blood. This time Purge backs it down, plays nice and slow, just kind of the safety net in the back of the back corner of the map, while his team, well, they have the chemistry. They get to do the work, and Heretics on point there. And again, only 1 trophy there on the defensive end, but Optic not overwhelming just yet. Nades a bit scattered here for the moment. Lucky doesn't take any damage. Explosion means nothing to him.
Who knows which way it's going to go at this stage. Shots coming in from Lucky. Doesn't find anything though. Real will be there to pick up the pieces. Dashi will be there for the trade. It's been very close rounds for the most part. Trades being flying on in. Shots will find a kill on the Lucky. Metals answers back. Wow, great shots coming through. 2 versus 2. Pred will even the odds though for Optic Texas. Put them in a better position. Purge though. Is there any information here for Optic? There is now.
I mean, this stuff, dude, you gotta go get that bomb as well. Very difficult. Shotzi, only a pixel. Reaction time too good, so Purge's not gonna be able to get that kill now to 1 versus 2. You've just lost all intel. You know Shotzi was by the window, but Pred has just disappeared and rotated over and able to collect that bomb. So 20 seconds, Optic. The pressure is still on to actually go for the plant. Purge Finding the timing, but does he spot the player going in the elevator? Does the timing go his way? Kill number 1, tries to switch, can't get it done. Shotzi on point with the trades. Not even breaking a sweat, his heart rate, not a beat above 55.
Swings round and will always fancy himself in that gunfight. Right, smile from Shotzi. Big win there coming in. That could have been a bit of a swing round, but Optic Texas once again keep that gap nice and firm. I feel like it's been almost strange in the sense that it just feels like Optic Texas are just finally getting that last trade in here and there, and that is really making the difference. 4-2 now. Miami Heretics trying to find a way back into this game. Big push over towards A's side though, chance. Maybe a potential opening here.
Well, Real again, very aggressive, but unfortunate for Purge. Maybe too big of a pixel, or maybe too good of a gunny. The trade does come through. Real gets caught, but Purge on the board to shut down Shotzi, so no more dance moves over by the propane tank is the bomb repositioning. Heretics certainly leaning towards B, where again, Pred prowling, waiting for the kill to fall into his lap.
Good shots coming in from Dashi. Expect absolutely nothing less. Pred will find one. Lucky now left, which would be a 1 versus 3 if he can pull it off. Finds one under Pred. The trade comes through. Bomb in hand. Doesn't have any information though, does he? Knew Dashi was over towards helicopter. Yeah, Kenny, you'd never really been seen in this round as far as I'm aware, at least. Not working with a great deal. Push over towards Ace. Going to start to come through potentially, but Kenny, I love that positioning. Just puts himself somewhere. You can just watch the entire mid-map from just not the angle you would be expecting. Lucky should be dead to rights. Optic Texas, information is king. And a 5-2 lead is well deserved.
Yeah, just impossibly difficult to read. The dash is going to be like re-pinching from underground, so not a lot Lucky can do. But again, Kenny and Dashi, I mean, hey, their clutches have been on point. They kick things off with the 2v4, and this one much easier for them to orchestrate. Easy round there from Optic, who even on Highrise, it's a map that they were grinding throughout stage 3. Looking pretty clean on it so far here against Miami.
Heretics would have been feeling good heading into this search and destroy. We said it's a must win. Find themselves having to find 4 rounds in a row. Tough one to really pitch at this stage. Optic Texas have, well, been mostly lights out. It's been difficult to deal with them. A push going to come through. Shotzi, slightly different position to what you see from Real, who will usually just find himself anywhere around propane, but that grenade is going to give the position away. Smokes down. What can Shotzi finesse out of this one? You'd imagine it'll be something. Staying alive, but still 4 versus 4.
Yeah, Purge, by the way, they're just waiting to pounce on Shotzi. The smoke is going to clear, so they don't have the intel, which is why they're playing so patient until you get a little over-aggressive. And Shotzi just wins the gunfight. First blood there from Optic, and now they're making moves.
Pred finding the flank. There's another kill flying on in, and Pred just gliding around the map, and Lucky now back firmly against the wall. Optic Texas are running through Miami Heretics now. Firmly above and beyond. Just the moments there towards the end, the confidence to be able to fly around the map, the information they need to move wherever the hell they want. Texas too good.
Yeah, Pred can barely stomach it. Hates to be in a lobby with these guys, but loves it for the kills column, and as you call it out, gliding around the map as well. Really just a very difficult situation for Miami Heretics. It's a map they typically like, but playing with a sub on short notice, as is tradition in the COD League, very difficult to do, let alone when you're playing against the guys who are quite literally the reigning champs at the last major. But solid stuff from Optic across the board. Very balanced on the first blood front, but I think Texas really just set the tone with the instant 2 versus 4 coming in from Kenny and Dashi, both of which having strong maps, but that is true for every single player across the board.
A solid outing so far. Nothing to really answer back with for Miami Heretics. You know, you've got to give them their credit, especially at map number 1. They looked solid throughout, never really got the job done. Map number 2, you know, you think if you don't get that 2v4 against you, well, we'll maybe looking at a different scoreline, but you did. So we're not. And it's 6-2, and all of a sudden it's 2-0. We're heading over to invasion control, and this series may well be over before it's even really started here. Chance, not a lot to write home about for Miami Heretics. They're gonna have to turn it around very, very quickly. We're gonna go to a short break. We'll be coming back with invasion control.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
Scuff Gaming is doing an ultimate giveaway where you and a friend can win a chance to go to COD Champs this year. The giveaway includes 2 VIP tickets, travel expenses, and more. To enter, scan the QR code on the page or go to scuff.co/CDL and enter your email. Terms and conditions apply.
The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
They are gods on the map. They cannot be stopped.
Hydra still working though. There's a streak earned as well, up to 6 straight. That was remarkable there, and Hydra's still going.
He's doing whatever he wants.
9 straight for him, 18 and 14. One of the true superstars in our league is we're up to double digits. The man is a threat. He's got 14. The cruise hits and New York dominates invasion.
Trying to make this play. He can only take down one, but now his friends are going to be a little bit late to the party because Atlanta FaZe have rallied the troops in towards B1. They only need about 5 seconds to close out this game. The spawns from Ultra all the way across the map. Got to find a way to touch. Nades are littering the front door. There's 248. It does get contested, but Petraza with the double. Oh! It's against all 4!
To get him out for now and battle back through on the point. You're still alive in this if you're Optic Tactics and you survive long enough. I don't know if you can, because inside dials up a triple and it's over. He gets to one position, so has to take the fight. Comes soaring on through. He got it. He goes to planet. He gets it through. Are you kidding me? And he gets away. 35 seconds. He spots him. Back down. He pops. Dashing. My God. Unbelievable. These guys have elevated. They are gods on the map. They are playing with too much energy. They cannot be stopped. Brett and Shotzi out of control. What a Sunday it was. A wave of elation across the Matamé Athletic Center. It was a tough nut to crack. Your champions, Optic Texas.
Texas absolutely dominating Miami Heretics so far, dominating my my brain at this moment in time because it doesn't seem to be working. But Optic have been lights out so far. Chance, nothing to really write home about if you're Miami Heretics. It's been maybe a tough watch if you're not an Optic fan, but if you are, you're enjoying this one. It's been domination from start to finish.
Absolutely. It is exactly what you expect and love to see from Optic. Again, they won the last major. They were playing out of their minds. They had literally all of the ice available in the Matamé Athletic Center. So they've continued that into the stage. And if you're a top team or the best team playing against a team that has a sub, got to make sure you come out and take care of business. And so far, so good. The most important stat, by the way, on this screen in my mind is the tick rank for Dashy. Literally lives on the hills. A zone, B zone, it doesn't matter. Same thing with the hills. Dashy is like his objective numbers have just been out of control this year. We've seen him like sort of steadily like transform his game in a sense, and obviously Dashy's no stranger. Insane amount of pop-off potential, but when you get a player like that objective minded, you have so much success. So when Optic is on the attacking grounds, obviously pay attention number 4 on the mini-map. He'll be showing you the right things to do at the right time.
Sending a Stola over towards A's. Heretics will find their push over towards the B side, of course. Team Fred find a couple of kills already, though, and for Lucky not managing to pick that kill. I mean, he's just so elusive. Just the hardest kill on the game. I mean,
Oh my god!
it's just laughable at times. Shotzi finds a couple, slows Heretics down immediately. And Optic Texas have got some mid-map control. Heretics now will have to slowly fight their way through this one, and they're slowly finding their way over towards the safe side. Find a kill at Shotzi. Door is very much open. It's wide open, actually, now that Lucky can find the kill on a Dashi. Jumps on in, may well have been a poor start to the round. But they're turning it around very, very quickly. Optic have to get here very, very fast.
Those are clean shots as well. Dude, I'm telling you, Lucky is an absolute monster. He has been playing incredibly well the past few stages. He's had himself a strong year as well. You've already got 2 ticks on the zone. He's got a trophy, and he's got the beamer as well. Optic, hey, they're able to overwhelm and shut down the A push, but they had extra bodies on the jump. I'd say this is just an interesting spot for Miami. They got 3 ticks, so they're sort of dead even. 40 seconds left. If they capture the B zone, they're in a fantastic spot.
Question was going to be, could they get out their spawn? Well, partially. Lucky Real combining well. Pred dipping out as well. It's done well to continue to survive. The rest of the team now coming through. You might get caught with a little bit of bad timing, but Metals reads that one perfectly. An opportunity now to get a hold of B. Optic are poised. They're ready to jump on. And they managed to find the kills. Purge, can he do anything from this position? Needs to, cannot. 12 seconds to go. Miami Heretics just do not have the time to get here efficiently, do they? Or do they? Kenny will fall. Shotzi now will try and defend this one. Will try and slow them down. They get a touch onto the point. They find the gunfight. It was looking unlikely for Heretics, but they get a touch.
This is great. 2 ticks progress, and they're going to get the third unless Pred has something to say, but I don't think it's going to matter. So there you go. A wonderful, officially, round of offense control. And obviously, they're still going. I mean, you got Purge potentially putting pressure down A Street. Maybe flanks to be working as well. Granted, 16-10 on live, so Heretics not necessarily in best of spots for winning the round, but still, fantastic job just getting 5 ticks.
There's an opportunity here. A little bit of mid-map control. It just takes one good break when you only need 1 tick. Dashi inside the point knows the pressure is going to be coming in. Does he know it's as close as it is, though? Backing on up. Would have seen him cross. Does he win the gunfight? Of course he does. Pred somehow gets gunned by Real. Can he there for the trade? Holding it down if you are. Dashi, though, finds another inside of the point. And 20 seconds to go. 5 lives remaining. One last roll of dice here for Heretics.
Yeah, Dashi on point, and Lucky number 2 is going to let him cross. Actually, or Shotzi I thought was going to turn. He doesn't, so Lucky gets the kill. If Dashi lets him heal, this could be a problem. Now Lucky 150 HP, 1 gunfight to win, but, well, we already know how good Dashi's shot is, so able to make sure he had him trapped. But again, all things considered, pretty strong round there out of Miami. Get 2 extra tick over towards A, and it is off the back out of Lucky especially. Again, just wanted to re-highlight, he has had a very few stages where he has been incredibly strong. Overall solid year. Lucky has been a monster, even if it is not easy killing Shotzi, because even with Codcaster, I can see through walls and I lose track of Shotzi.
Very easily done. This stage, the start of the round was incredible, but a lot of questions have been asked. How is Purge setting into this roster? An entire Spanish-speaking team now going to have to be coming in English for your substitute. Let's go for a listen with Miami Heretics.
Kenny in time. Dashi, 1 shot. He's behind the...
You want to... Coffin, Shotzi. There's that point.
Okay, yo, watch top hookah. One watch top hookah is Shotzi. I need... He's top shot. Nice. Looking for 2.
There's that point, Kenny.
Make sure we throw the shot.
Our side point. We're
Dash is gonna be on your right. Dash is gonna be on your right still.
Tell me
He's
telling me now.
Two on five.
Kenny dead. There's one more.
Can. I'll see this wall.
There's two. There's two. On the vending machine and close right. There's two.
I'm looking at their side.
There's two.
Other side.
That's good. There's one more. Kenny. Kenny, good shit. Good shit.
Con on me. Con one shot, bro. He's on point now. Dead.
Nice job.
Just throw your flash.
One could be cube or...
Yo, try to pinch like there's one. They're full up front. Nice,
Two on the tank. Two on the tank. One on spawn, guys.
I'm in broken. Okay, I have one broken.
Back from right to you guys.
On B, dead.
Nice job.
There's gonna be two more front. One should bottom broken on me. He's weak. He's Kenny.
I saw him
He's weak as fuck. Bottom, close hard.
I saw him
He's Kenny. Yeah, I'm absolute. He's absolute.
One more
Nice job.
I got the spawn.
Yeah, he's off spawn. I'm in picture.
I heard him.
I'm
trying to get like.
I'm peeling tank. I'm trying to watch the left cross. They could spawn left though.
Yeah, I have the cross with you.
Okay.
There's three on the right.
Yeah, they're
there's
not touching
nothing
any.
there. One is in mid-wall. In mid-wall dash here.
I have the
Kenny's
cross.
right.
I'm one shot. I can't shot.
On the alley.
That's weak. Okay.
I'm trying to be on the right.
Or cliff on the alley.
Just hold it. Let's say 50 times. One
Two on the tank. Two on the tank, guys. Two on the tank. One guy could be at mid too. There's dash here.
I don't see a guy mid. They're all stuck in the left, I think.
In mid, bro. It's DVD.
He's behind the pillar.
Well, an instant A capture is never usually a good thing if you're on the defensive side of things. Miami Heretics now just fighting tooth and nail to try and stay in the round. But it's 3 kills for Shotzi, which will open things up. And now he's on the flank. He's cutting off the reinforcements. Shotzi's just doing Shotzi things in Optic Texas. Not going to lock it in time. Yeah, no, they are. They get the job done. Miami Heretics found a way around, found the kills, but not there quick enough. Texas now 2 to the good.
Yeah, and look, if it's not difficult enough playing against Optic Texas to begin with, the fact that 3 players on Heretics have to cognitively switch their brains into a different language that, again, they have experience with, but on the year unaccustomed to. I mean, Heretics right now, these players are just simply working overtime. It is a very difficult spot, but I think my favorite thing about the listening is when they switch the language to English, they cuss in English too. Honestly, it tickles me. It's great.
Their English is nearly better than mine, to be honest with you. Very well done from Optic Texas, though. They get a hold of A very, very quickly. Brad managed to get himself a cruise missile in the middle of all of that too, and now starting to stretch themselves over towards A. They clear them out, and this is just the disaster zone for Miami Heretics now. Backing on down into your spawn. Shotzi finds his kill on the metals. The round is in danger. He will manage to get a hold of it though, metals, and will keep that pressure on. Something to play with here. Over towards B.
Yeah, it's stun hit for Shotzi. Just a little unlucky. Sort of killed his heel, so still half health. That just means Heretics, they get the pressure over towards the zone. And Dashy, yeah, I don't think you're going that direction. Him and Shotzi might just have to chalk this one up or pray they can rip somebody with the headshot multiplier. But a double stack for the moment, and I think Shotzi almost going to be forced just to play for exits.
It's a hard break from this position. Nobody going to get anything through dark as well. You can see Kenny was trying to find the push, trying to find the rub from behind. Can't get through, and all of a sudden Miami Heretics will have themselves a hold of B. We'll extend that timer by 1 minute. Lives looking nice and even, but they're trying to just keep them in. Shotzi having one more stab at this one. Purge will manage to find a kill and just about get out. I mean, he is sprinting.
Nice plays.
Red turns and burns. Nicely done. Will eventually get taken down, but puts a little bit more pressure in because Lucky is pushed up towards the gas station now. An attacking round will put Heretics back towards the defensive side. And all of a sudden, there's a potential game on our hands. Lucky inside the point, trying to lock it down.
And he's got what, Purge on the cross. So this is a communication moment. This is Purge having to calm to him, tell him what direction look in the hill. Lucky for the moment, all eyes forward as Purge falls. He stays forward, but Shotzi, again, he just does Shotzi things. And I saw Lucky hit the head snap back. I do not blame him. Should have won the gunfight, but that'd be the breaks against a player like him.
I wouldn't even want to know what it feels like to have to try and have a gunfight against Shotzi.
I'm telling you, I lose him. I can see through walls with Codcaster, and I can't track him.
Real tracking, no problem there, though. Finds a kill towards his backside. It's not been a bad attacking run by any stretch from Heretics. Neither was their first one. Just unfortunately for them, Optic Texas clutching up, and their attack was just that little bit better. Kenny Pred combining well. That's a ridiculous kill coming in from Kenny. Pidge knew where he was. He starts shooting first. He still dies. Pred on a 4-spray cruise missile already in the back pocket. Optic Texas looking just so solid right now. Lives on their side, but it takes one good break here from Heretics to try and find something.
Well, they're not going to have a lot of time to get it, and Optic already celebrating early. They've enjoyed this matchup ever since their first time they've met, and now they just have to clutch the round on defense with a cruise missile in hand. It's going to force these players into cafe, but someone going to get caught. Metals and Real have to bite the bullet. Shout out to the extra explosive Radius and Pred. Stamp on the game, 21-10. Pred, for him, you expect nothing less. How do you not assassinate there? I mean, you would have died, but like, you know, it would have been.
It would have been worth. It would have been worth. 3 lives remaining for Miami Heretics, and it's 3 maps that it took for Optic Texas to very, very swiftly deal with them. Heretics showed a little bit of fight, but that was just about it. Optic Texas locked the game in 3-0, as simple as you could possibly want. Smiles all around for the Major 3 champions. A dominant victory over Miami.
Yeah, and again, exactly what you expect. Heretics have been playing with a substitute player on short notice, where honestly, typical for the Heretics guys. Again, they're having to cognitively switch what language that they're speaking. Purge being in a new dynamic as well. I think overall, Purge played about as well as you could really ask him to, given the Herculean task set before them. But perfect 3-0 victory. Pred again gets to do what Pred wants against this squad. 21 non-traded kills. Didn't even seem too interested in dying at any point in time. And of course, on the objective kills front, well, Dashi might have only had 11, but still most of them on the objective. Just sort of the bread and butter stylistic decision that Optic Texas work with. And obviously that style good enough to win championships, let alone a